I stared at my phone that Thanksgiving morning, reading my mother's text for the third time. Dinner at 2 p.m., your assigned appetizers, turkey, and desserts budget, $400. Don't be late like last year. $400, for a family dinner I wasn't even sure I wanted to attend. But what I brought to that table wasn't cranberry sauce and pumpkin pie. I brought 12 years of receipts, bank statements, and proof that would burn that turkey dinner to ashes. If you've ever been the family ATM, drop a comment and subscribe right now, because you wouldn't miss to hear how this ends. My name is Margot, and I've been financially supporting my family since I was 23 years old. I'm 35 now. 12 years of being the reliable one, the responsible one, the one who had it together. My younger sister, Felicity, was the golden child, always has been. She's 28, works part-time at a boutique when she feels like it, and still lives at home in the bedroom she had in high school. She drives a car I helped make payments on. She wears clothes bought with money I lent mom for emergencies. She's never paid a single utility bill in her life. Meanwhile, I put myself through nursing school while working overnight shifts at a diner. I bought my own car at 19 with money I saved from birthday cards and tip jars. I moved out at 21 and never looked back, or so I thought. The thing about being the responsible child is that your family starts to see you as a resource instead of a person. It happened so gradually I didn't even notice. First, it was $50 here and there for mom's water bill, then it was $200 for Felicity's emergency car repair, then it was $1,000 to help dad with property taxes. I always told myself this was what family did, you help each other, but help implies reciprocity. This wasn't help, this was extraction. 3 months before that Thanksgiving, I was organizing my home office when I found an old accordion folder stuffed with receipts. I'm talking hundreds of them, grocery store receipts from Thanksgiving dinners past, receipts for Christmas gifts I'd bought for my parents, my sister, my nephews, Venmo records, bank transfers labeled loan to mom. I started adding them up on a spreadsheet, just curious, I told myself, just want to see the total. The number made me physically sick, $47,632. Nearly $50,000 over 12 years, that's a down payment on a house, that's a new car, paid in full. That's a year of financial freedom gone, and here's the part that made my hands shake as I scrolled through that spreadsheet. I couldn't remember a single time anyone had paid me back. Not once, not even the amounts they'd specifically called loans. Then came the Thanksgiving text. I was drinking coffee in my kitchen, scrolling through my phone, when I saw it, group chat. Mom, Dad, Felicity, me, and my older brother, Derek, who'd moved to Portland 5 years ago and conveniently became too far away to deal with family drama. Mom's message, Thanksgiving assignments. Felicity, you're bringing wine and a cheese board, nothing too expensive, sweetie. Derek, if you're coming, just bring yourself, honey. Margot, you've got appetizers, the turkey, sides, and desserts. I'm thinking we need at least 3 pies, budget around $400, dinners at 2 p.m. sharp, don't be late like you were last Easter. I wasn't late to Easter, I was in the ER with a patient who was coding. I'd texted them, no one responded. $400. Assigned to me like I was a catering service. Meanwhile, Felicity got wine and cheese, maybe $60 if she actually bought the good stuff, which she wouldn't. I typed out 3 different responses and deleted them all. My hands were trembling, I set the phone down and walked away. For 2 hours, I paced my apartment. I called my best friend, Simone, who'd been telling me for years that my family was using me. Don't go, she said immediately, I have to go. It's Thanksgiving. No, you don't. Margot, they're bleeding you dry, you know that, right? I did know that, I'd known it for years, but admitting it felt like betrayal, like I was the villain for keeping score. Family isn't supposed to keep score. Except they were keeping score, they'd calculated exactly how much they could take from me without me breaking. They'd assigned me a $400 invoice for a family dinner like I was DoorDash. That's when the idea hit me. Receipts. I had 12 years of receipts, bank statements, Venmo records, text message screenshots where mom asked for just $200 for groceries and Felicity needed $300 for rent. I'll pay you back next week, I swear. What if I brought those instead? Okay, here's where things get absolutely nuclear. If you think families should support each other, but also think respect goes both ways, hit that subscribe button. You're not going to believe what I did next. I spent the next 2 weeks preparing. I didn't respond to the group chat. Mom texted me privately twice asking if I'd seen her message. I just replied, "I'll be there." Every evening after my nursing shifts, I came home and built my case. I organized every receipt chronologically. I made categories: holiday contributions, emergency loans never repaid, gifts for nieces and nephews, utility bill assistance, car payments for Felicity's vehicle. I created a PowerPoint presentation, yes, a full PowerPoint. 37 slides, charts, graphs, a year-by-year breakdown with photos of receipts. I included text message screenshots where promises to pay me back were made and ignored. The total, after I found a few more bank statements I'd forgotten about, came to $51,200. Simone came over the night before Thanksgiving and watched me rehearse. "You're really doing this," she said. "I'm really doing this, they're going to lose their minds." Good. The night before Thanksgiving, I got a call from Derek. My brother and I weren't close, but we weren't enemies either. He'd escaped to Portland and built a whole life the family barely acknowledged. "Hey, so I saw the group chat," he said. $400? That's insane, yeah. Are you actually doing it? I paused. Doing what? Bringing all that food, Margot. You know she pulls this every year with you, right? I know. There was a long silence. Then Derek said something that made my blood run cold. "Did you know Felicity and Mom went to Cancun last month?" I froze. What? Yeah, Felicity posted about it all over Instagram. Didn't tag anyone, but I saw it. 5-day resort trip, all inclusive. My vision blurred. Mom told me she needed $800 last month for a furnace repair. There's nothing wrong with the furnace, Margot. I called Dad to check. He had no idea what I was talking about. I hung up and immediately pulled up Felicity's Instagram. I didn't follow her, but her account was public and there it was, photos from Cancun, poolside cocktails, beach sunsets, and a comments from Mom, "My beautiful girl. You deserved this trip." I was heartbroken. The furnace repair money paid for my sister's vacation. I showed up at 1:55 p.m. on time, empty-handed except for my laptop bag and an accordion folder. Mom opened the door, already annoyed. "Where's the food, Margot?" "Inside," I said, walking past her. The house smelled like ham, not turkey, but interesting. Felicity was on the couch, scrolling her phone. Dad was in his recliner, watching football. Derek had actually flown in, which surprised me. He gave me a knowing look. "Margot, where are the appetizers?" Mom's voice was shrill. "People are going to be here in 30 minutes. "What people?" I asked calmly, setting my laptop on the dining room table. "Your Aunt Gina, Uncle Howard, the Mitchells from church." Wow, perfect an audience. I opened my laptop, connected it to the TV. Dad looked up from his football game. "What are you doing?" "I brought something for Thanksgiving," I said, "a presentation." Felicity finally looked up. "A what?" I pulled up the PowerPoint. Slide 1 filled the 65-inch screen. Margot's family contributions, a 12-year financial review. Mom's face went white. "Margot, what is this? You asked me to bring $400 worth of food. I decided to bring something more valuable, or should I say accountability." I clicked to slide 2, a bar graph showing my contributions by year. As you can see, my annual contributions have averaged $4,200, with a spike in 2019 when I paid for Felicity's car insurance for 8 months. "Turn that off," Mom hissed. Slide 3 shows all emergency loans, with dates, amounts, and the promises to repay. Slide 4 shows actual repayments. As you can see, this slide is blank. Felicity stood up. "You're seriously doing this? On Thanksgiving?" Slide 8 is actually about Thanksgiving specifically. I've spent an average of $650 per Thanksgiving for the last 9 years. Turkeys, sides, pies, wine, decorations. You asked me to pick up. The doorbell rang. Aunt Gina and Uncle Howard walked in, immediately sensing the tension. I kept going. Slide 15 covers the Cancun trip funded by the fake furnace emergency. Slide 22 shows Felicity's car, which I've contributed $9,000 toward through various temporary payment assistance. Mom was crying, Dad was silent. Felicity screamed that I was a vindictive monster who was ruining everything. Aunt Gina asked quietly, "Is this true, Patricia?" Derek stood up, "It's true. I've watched this happen for years from Portland. I left because I couldn't watch them bleed her dry anymore." I clicked to the final slide. The total, $51,200, and below it, "I'm done being the family bank, happy Thanksgiving." I closed my laptop, picked up my bag, and walked toward the door. Mom grabbed my arm. "Margot, please, we can talk about this. We could have talked about it any of the hundreds of times I handed you money. We're done talking, Mom." I walked out of that house and didn't look back. My phone exploded with texts, calls, voicemails. I blocked all of them except Derek. Was my actions wrong? If you think I did the right thing, let me know in the comments. And if you've got your own family drama story, subscribe to this channel because trust me, there's more to come. It's been 6 months since that Thanksgiving. I haven't spoken to my parents or Felicity. Derek and I get coffee every month when he visits his girlfriend in the city. I've started therapy to unpack 12 years of financial abuse disguised as family obligation. And that $51,000? I'm never getting it back. But I got something more valuable. My self-respect, and that's priceless.